Hey guys, back working on the 1990 735i. And one of the things I love about this car is that it was never really winter driven. And so anytime that you go to do some work on it, it's just so clean in the aspect of rust. Like I wanted to get these, they call them dog bones, changed out in the back end, one on either side. And just like the nut comes off beautifully. There's no rusting and breaking of stuff. It's so nice when you get into something that is rust free. So I just wanted to do a quick video because this is the part number 2, by the way. Got this from, I think, Rock Auto. So I watched a great video. I think the gentleman was from Australia. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but he did a video where he jacked up the car and then he lowered it on stands and then brought the jack over to the back. Oh my gosh, A-arm, I guess you can say. And then he jacked this up to make everything level so he can take out the dog bone. But for me, I thought it was so much easier spinning off the tire, jacking the car up, spinning the tire off, and then lowering it down on the jack. And because these need to be equal to take them out. It's like you can't jack the car up and then just take them off, because the point of this bar here and to the point where the dog bone goes into the oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart on the A-arm. These twist. So when you jack the car up and this sits down, they twist. And you don't want that. You don't want to try and take them out because you're never going to get the new one up in there while it's twisted. It has to be equal. In other words, the car has to be sitting on the ground. But you can't, I tried doing it without taking the tire off, but you can't get in here with the wrench. So I've got these set up here exactly how they came out. And the nut comes up through that, you see that washer back there? The nut comes up through there, and you can't really get it off without the tire off. I tried, and I would have had to dislocate my arm to get that wrench on the nut, and it was a big pain. So the tire has to come off. And so I just wanted to point out too that you want to keep one of the washers, that one there, because the kit is short one washer. So there's a washer that is sitting on here that comes with the kit, and then there's another washer that sits underneath here. I don't know why that there's not one here, but this original one, it had a washer here and then a washer there, but no washer here. So I don't know, but I'm just gonna follow the way the original one came off, and away we go. But the main thing is that you want to keep that washer because you're gonna need it again for the top, because it doesn't come in the new kit. And yeah, I'm just gonna do this. This will be like a 5-minute job, maybe 5 minutes per side. And I'm just gonna put a drop of Loctite on these too, because it looked like the originals had a little bit of Loctite on them. So yeah, and it should just stiffen up the back end and make the ride a lot better, especially in the corners. And I know I just kind of gave you a real shotgun version on this video, but if you had any questions, let me know. Cheers. Okay, just to add a little bit to the video is that when you get these in, you can move them a little bit. So I didn't put that, I just put it in like hand tight so I could move this around a little bit so I can get this bolt to line up. You definitely don't want to cross thread this, because once this is cross threaded, you are done. So, because this is a whole assembly, so you don't want to mess that up. You want to make sure that bolt goes in there nice and clean. So in order to manipulate this a little bit, I just grabbed a smaller wrench and I put it on the dog bone part, and then I reefed it down or up to manipulate it around so I could get that bolt to go up in there nice and snug. And that's gonna look really clean. And the torque specs I got from the Australian guy, and it was like 90. You'd have to double check on it was 127 Newton meters, or it was like 94 foot-pounds of torque on these. And once again, you've got just the one bolt, So you're gonna torque that one down, and then you just gotta make sure you've got the wrench on the nut at the top of the second one. All right, good to go. Ready to do the other side. Well, to continue on, I was gonna do this side, and this is what came in package number 2, and this is not nearly the same quality as the first one I put on the other side. Looking at these two, everything seems to be the same, but one is made in Malaysia and the other one was in Germany. So the one I put on the other side was German made, and it was a lot better. This one here is from Malaysia, and it just doesn't seem to be the same kind of quality. Like the other one was super stiff and you couldn't move it around. This one here, you could move it around relatively easy. So I'm gonna have to get a hold of Rock Auto and find out what's going on. Maybe there was two different, this is probably my fault. I probably bought the German one and then saw this one for cheaper and didn't think anything of it and bought the cheaper one. So I don't know, it's not really worth me putting this cheap one in now that I got the German one in over on the other side. Anyways, just be careful when you're ordering these. As you can see, pretty much everything is the same. Cross number 33, 33, 4, yeah, so everything's pretty much the same, other than the German one probably was more expensive than the Malaysian one, and it's because this just seems very sloppy compared to the German side. So I'm gonna have to go back on Rock Auto and figure that out. I don't think these were very expensive. I think it's really the shipping. I need to buy some other things. I don't buy things from Rock Auto if I'm just one thing, but I gotta get a few things. But yeah, see, like this here is all sloppy. Like this is where the rubber, it's supposed to be tucked in, like this one on this side. This one's not. Looks very shoddy. Anyways, guys, just a little heads up on that. Get the German one. Don't get the Malaysian one.